Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from a great bye week. Now it is on 1 o'clock Sunday, Foxborough, the Buffalo Bills, who barely squeaked by the Cincinnati Bengals with a little resurgence from Mr. Joe Burrow. But it is going to be a great game, and there's much we have to talk about leading up to that game, especially today, because I have a double dose of good news just for you. Let's jump right into it. My name is Aaron on the Daily Patriots content. Don't miss out. All you got to do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, boom, hit the like button. For goodness sakes, as I say all the time, 11-2, what is there not to like for the New England Patriots? Hit the like button. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Jared Wilson, Schooler, Tonga, all participating today at practice. Now, they don't practice tomorrow. They come back on Wednesday. Official injury report will come out, so we'll see a little more. But if you looked at the reps that Wilson was taking during practice, it looked very promising. We know he left the Bengals game with that high ankle sprain. Has not been able to play since then. And so it's looking very more optimistic for him. As well, Tonga being back is huge, especially we know without having Milton Williams since he is on IR. He's been great in the run defense as well. He's been great on the offensive side of the ball, being a lead blocker, being that fullback. You love to see the big man doing that. As well, Schooler, just one of the best special teams players in the league. Having all of them back would be huge going up against the Bills. And so that's the first good bit of news. Anytime you have starters that have the potential to come back, really big, especially on a big week. We were fortunate that the games that the Patriots had to play while they were gone, they were teams that, let's just say it how it is, not playoff teams, not great teams. Now, I'm sure they'll make their runs in the years to come. But again, the Patriots had some of those players who went out. They went out at a time that, especially with a bye week, it made it a little more conducive, a little more ideal. So comment below. Tell me what you think of the guys coming back. Do you think they will all be able to play? What will that look like? What are the thoughts? I know that Schooler, I think something I read said he went out there, still had trouble on his ankle, so we'll see what it looks like. But again, I was very optimistic on the reps that Wilson was taking in the video that I saw of that. So comment below. Tell me what you think there. Now, the other bit of good news, in my eyes, and how I see it, how I break it down, is yes, the Patriots technically have been overtaken with the 1 seed by the Broncos. The Broncos now are 11-2. They have the tiebreaker, and that is from the Raiders. Darn you, Raiders. Darn you, Raiders. They don't even have Geno Smith starting at quarterback anymore. That team is abysmal. They don't have Jacoby Myers anymore. It's literally a totally different team in certain aspects of that game that we played when it comes to week 1 all the way to, who the Broncos have played. And so I will tell you this, the only way the Patriots overcome that is by having a better record. Now, this is where I think we get some good news, and I truly believe this, is you look at the Denver Broncos as it is right now, and you look at their remaining 4 games. You have the Packers at home, and they have only one away game, that's in Kansas City. So you have Packers at home, Jacksonville at home, and then you have the Chargers at home. If you look at all these teams, 3 of these teams currently as it sits right now, the Jags, I believe, are 3rd. Let's look at the playoff rankings right now, or the standings as is. Jags are 3rd, top the AFC South. You have the Chargers, who are sitting at 6th in the AFC and 2nd in the AFC West, obviously behind the Broncos. And then sitting behind the Rams, you have the Green Bay Packers at 9-3-1. I will tell you, I think one of the most un-American things we do is have ties in the National Football League. I do not, comment below if you like ties. I do not like ties. I think they're stupid. What's the point of playing a game when it's gonna be the same thing at the end? You win or you lose. I feel like we got to pick a lane. College football does it. Why can't professional football do it? It's probably this right here, But comment below, tell me what you think. But anyways, you look at that and we drop all the way down to the Chiefs. Then the Chiefs are hanging on for dear life right now. 15% chance to make the playoffs. You'd love to see it. 6-7, 3rd in the AFC West. So in a division that's incredibly competitive right now, obviously besides the Raiders. But you look at that remaining schedule and it is tough. Green Bay Packers, they want to hold on, potentially also fighting for that number 1 seed in the NFC. You look at the Jaguars trying to hold on to where they're at in their division. The Chiefs absolutely fighting for their lives right now. And you better believe Christmas Day on Prime in Arrowhead is going to be just pandemonium. And as well, you have the Chargers. And and they lost already once to the Chargers. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they barely beat them by 3 points. So that's a tough last 4-game stretch for the Broncos. And then you look at the Patriots. And I would argue the Patriots have a better path coming off, again, a bye week. And I say that, yes, the Bills, I'm not saying that's an easy game. I'm not saying any of these games are going to be pushover games. But you look at 3 of these teams, and there's a big potential that you have the Ravens not in the playoffs, the Jets, who knows what's going on with there. I will give Miami, they have made a little resurgence, but again, that game's in Foxborough. I feel pretty confident in those 3 games. Yes, the Bills, I think, is going to be a tough game. Again, I think the Bills are a team that are also, they're sitting at that 5th spot right now, 9-4. Look at the Colts. Things turned around real quick for them, so you never know. It's not like they're going to coast into the playoffs right now. And I know 2 of those games are away, one being in Baltimore, one being in New York in MetLife. But let's be real. The tickets right now, the cheapest ones are $55. I don't think Jets fans, there's probably going to be more Patriots fans than there is Jets fans there. Have mercy. But I think the good news from this is the Patriots still have that opportunity to take the top seed. And that is because I think they have a more advantageous path to that seed with the 4 remaining games they have compared to the Broncos. Again, they're coming off a bye. Hopefully they're getting guys back from the IR in those games. As well, multiple teams the Broncos are playing will be in the playoffs. And as well, the Chiefs, not going to get into too much detail, but the Chiefs and I don't want to joke about the refs, but you always see that picture on Twitter with Patrick Mahomes like hugging the ref or something, or they're swapping jerseys and it's the ref shirt and Patrick Mahomes jersey. Hilarious. But the Chiefs, they're not going to go down without a fight. And so I would rather have the last 4 Patriots games and the situation they have coming off the bye than what the Broncos have. I think I think the favor leans towards the Patriots. Again, that might sound biased, and that's fine. But I really think that's an objective opinion. I think a lot of people would come out and probably agree with that and say the same thing. That's just me. But regardless, I think this AFC number 1 seed is going to go down to the wire, and I think that's good. I think I think a lot of people were bummed when the Patriots bumped down to number 2, but it's not the end of the world. Again, I think they're sitting in a very good position, especially if they beat the Bills. That would be huge. Again, in Foxborough, come on, guys. So comment below. Tell me what you think. I think those are 2 great pieces of news. A bunch of guys returning from injury as well. Schedules compared. Broncos, Patriots. Patriots, I think, still have a very, very good path to that number 1 seed, given the Broncos schedule as well. So comment below. Would love to hear from you. Next up, just a couple random things. Mekhi Butler back on the Patriots practice squad. Sorry, I'm saying did not mean to do that. I'm struggling a sore throat today. Got my throat coat tea, all that fun stuff. But smart move, again, with Wilson coming back. Ben Brown, a great option as a backup, but good to also know that you have Butler as well from my alma mater where I got my master's. Fun fact, Arkansas State. Super random, I know, but figured I'd throw that out there. Not a bad move. Again, you would rather have people who are familiar and solid depth pieces on the practice squad now, just in case something awful down the road happens. Smart move. Do not mind it. And again, here's just kind of like the depth chart. I love going to the Wikipedia depth chart, and you can see obviously you have Ben Brown at left guard, and then you have Jared Wilson as well. And we're lucky that Jared Wilson didn't get thrown on IR either, that high ankle sprain wasn't as bad as I think people thought. So we really lucked out there. But comment below. Any thoughts on Butler? Any thoughts on the Broncos on the injuries, whatever it might be. Comment below. Would love to hear from you. It's Buffalo Bills week. I'm pumped. You should be pumped too. We'll be talking about it more this week. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. We'll talk later. Peace.